Hi, I'm going to be talking about narrative paradigm and the storytelling aspect of narrative paradigm. I have a son, and it's not until I had a child that I realized that I'm consistently telling stories. Almost, I would say, at least 3 times a day in order for him to get him to cooperate. He's 3 years old, so it's a lot of hissy fits, it's a lot of tantrums, and telling stories gets us where we need to be in this household in order to have some type of order. And today it made me realize that I do tell him a lot of stories. For instance, today we were at the mall. We were at Columbia Mall, to be exact, and it's a Chick-fil-A there. And he was just everywhere. He was ready to go home. I don't know if he was hungry. I asked him, was he hungry? He said no. He was just having his fit. He was ready to go, kicking, falling out. It was a mess. So in order to get him to stop, I asked him, I said, do you want some ice cream? He's saying, no, I don't want ice cream, blah, blah, just still going off. So I set him down, and when I set him down, I had to tell him a story to get him to stop. And I thought, I didn't know what to do at first. I'm like, well, do I tell him, stop, I kept telling him, we're going to get ice cream. That wouldn't work. So afterwards, I said, Carter, which is his name. I said, Carter, do you remember the time we went to go get ice cream with your dad at Rita's, and we sat outside and it was a sunny day and you ate your ice cream, and then we went to Chuck E. Cheese? And he's like, yeah, still crying and sniffling, but he's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, it's going to be like that today. We're going to get ice cream. We're going to have fun. We're going to sit outside and eat it. It's a nice day. After the rain cleared up today, it was a nice day. And then we're gonna go and to the playground and have some fun. And after that, I guess by him recalling that day, he was like, yeah, I'm with it. And that stopped him from crying. We ate ice cream and had a good day. And so that was definitely a story I had to tell him in the middle of the food court in the mall to get him to calm down. Another story I would say is, I have a friend. I love to party, you know, I love lounges, bars. One of my friends, she's a homebody. She never likes to go out. She's like to sit in the house. And I'm like, listen, a couple Fridays ago, I say, listen, it's Friday. You're getting out this house tonight. And she's like, no, I'm fine. I don't like going out. I hate clubs. I'm like, it's not a club, it's a bar. And she's like, no, I'm just gonna stay here. And so it's my friend, so I wanted to hang out with me. And I told her a story. I'm like, listen, I showed her like a video, and I'm like, this was a time when me and so went, and this guy, he was on stage, and he took his shirt off, and people are dancing, and another girl, she kept taking shots back and forth and passed out on the floor, and the music is great. And I had to tell her this story and recall something I did in order to get her. And at first she was apprehensive. I'm like, no, I don't want to go. And I'm like, no, the last time we went, me and my friend Trina, we had a ball. We left there. We went down to the Horseshoe Casino. And that was a story I had to tell her, that of one of another friends that I went with in order to get her to go. And after that, she's like, all right, yeah, I'll go. It sounds fun. So before the story, she was like, nah, just like my son. And once I told her the story and actually explained more, she definitely changed her mind. So the connection between this theory is that storytelling, narrative paradigm, um, and one of the people are essentially storytellers is true, because I do find myself telling stories a lot. And now after reading this theory, I do understand that that's correct. Storytelling, we do tell a lot of stories as humans, and I have to tell a lot of stories daily. And so that is correct, and in my opinion. And I do believe that this example would make it easier to understand the story, definitely. Because if I had to explain this, if someone didn't know what narrative paradigm meant, I would explain to them that I would give them examples of times, ask them, do they have an example of a time they had to tell a story in order to convince someone to do something? And I'm sure, like me, they would have a lot of stories and they would agree with me as well. So that's my video. I hope it made sense. And thank you. That's it.